Hey Dan, knock knock.
Who's there?
Eve.
Eve who?
Just Eve. And
Oh,
who are you?
is this how we begin? Is this the start of our podcast? Is this how we're starting it?
Yeah? You
Oh, wow.
want to start again?
Well, no, I was hoping to do a bit where we'd introduce ourselves, but I'd forget my name.
Oh.
But you've ruined that for me. Thanks.
Alright then, well I'm glad you made the effort there. We probably should have thought about that beforehand.
Maybe I should have discussed this with you.
Yeah, I mean I was also thinking, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say knock knock. You're gonna go, who's there?
Yeah, we both had bits planned.
In my head I somehow got it out of order, and it was knock knock, who's there? And then you'd answer with Dan, and I'd say, oh great, I'm glad you're here.
Oh.
But I realised I got that all completely out of order.
We've destroyed our opening here. We've
Wow.
kicked our own door in.
That's all right. Because it doesn't matter, because
We're both too greedy for our own joke.
the opening isn't important.
Hello, welcome to the Dan and Eve show.
That's not what it's called.
Oh.
But anyway, big news, as you can see from the clickbait thumbnail. Disney has been purchased / acquisitioned by Doctor Who. I got that the right way around.
The BBC, the Doctor Who sold its soul to the mouse.
How has that happened, Dan? What happened? Give us the facts before we begin to speculate wildly on the Mandalorian Doctor Who crossover we've all been waiting for.
So the folks at Disney have said to the people in charge of Doctor Who, hey, we can broadcast this outside everywhere in the world, outside of the UK and Ireland. So far, officially, it's just broadcasting. But Disney are putting money into Doctor Who. They're investing in the show. Russell T Davies will officially have creative control of Doctor Who. And that's it really. It's just a broadcasting thing.
What about poor ABC America? They've had it for years, Dan.
Fuck ABC. Fuck ABC.
That's a lot of swearing. Very passionate about this one. Okay, so Doctor Who's gonna be on Disney Plus. Okay,
Yes.
fair enough. But I understand it's not just a distribution rights thing, is it? More's happening. What more be happening, Dan?
What's more? I think really that's kind of it. Really, they're just officially it's just an initial announcement. Oh, and we got the new logo, which is a remake of one of the classic logos.
Someone said it looks like the Paw Patrol logo.
I don't know what the Paw Patrol logo is.
It looks like the Doctor Who logo. That's okay. I'll put the Paw Patrol logo on screen.
No,
if I
please
remember.
don't. I'm aware of this. I'm aware of this nonsense. I don't think it does because it looks like what it is. It's my personal favourite logo, by the way. Spoilers for if we ever do a ranking of logos. It's the diamond logo. It's what it's commonly known as, and it used to be like orange and blue, and it was all a bit more. But they've toned down the colours and made it nice and blue, and they're like, look, here's our fucking new logo, but it's just a classic logo. But there is a precedent for that, because the official logo during the Paul McGann years was just a remake of the original 1970s logo.
Sounds to me like a U-turn, Dan. It sounds to me like Doctor Who is dying, question mark, another headline there.
Why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
Well,
Sorry.
the Whittaker era was a new Doctor Who for a new generation, and already we're going back to nostalgia time.
Oh, Eve, you're so wrong. The Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall era was basically a shit remake of everything that had come before. It was
the American remake of Doctor Who.
If we go back and watch all of the Jodie Whittaker era, piece by piece, I could be like, well, that's borrowed from there, that's borrowed from there, that's borrowed from there. And all of the major plot points and plot beats and story arcs and story structures borrowed and fucking and stitched and whatnot from various.
As
other
you can
areas.
tell, I've set him off so much he's beginning to stutter. But this isn't about the Whittaker era or Chibnall being
No,
bad?
no.
Question mark.
No,
this-
Chibnall bad. Not
This is about Disney and what Disney can bring to Doctor Who.
So we were talking about this. I'm quite enjoying that we had like different. I had a massive shot of hopium, and you were a bit more cynical.
But we're not here to talk about discussions we had. We're here to have a discussion. And let's take it piece by piece and figure out where we're going with that.
I think Disney's going to fully invest in Doctor Who because it's. I feel as a franchise, as a I hate that word. As a property, it's got. I'll be honest. I think it's got more potential than Star Wars for spin-offs and cool stories.
That is high praise.
Yeah, I've been saying this for years. We've been saying this privately without a microphone for years. That even on our first or second episode, our first and second podcast, we was talking about how cool it'd be to have a spin-off of what if there was a TV series about someone who was resisting a Dalek occupation, but the Doctor just wasn't there. It was a story.
Andor, basically. We're just going to do that. It's too late now. Star Wars has already done it. You think?
But there aren't Daleks in Andor, are they?
I'm pretty sure.
So it's not as cool.
I haven't seen it yet, but I'm pretty sure there are Daleks. Anyway, you think Disney are going to bring the big mousy big bucks to Doctor Who?
Yes.
Does that not concern you at all?
The only thing that concerns me is that Doctor Who spin-offs, I hope they don't touch the main series other than Here's a Load of Money, but Doctor Who spin-offs will have that sort of Marvel blandness.
You think we're going to have a Doctor Who series with a Skybeam fight at the end where Doctor Who fights an identical replica? Wait a minute, Doctor Who's already done that 7 or 8 times. Okay, it fits in perfectly. Excellent. So, Doctor Who, next Avenger confirmed?
The next adventure, the next story.
Is it the next Avenger?
Oh, the next Avenger.
You think we're going to have an Avengers team starring Doctor Who?
I just think.
Don't hum the Avengers tune, we'll get a copyright strike.
Doctor Who.
So I joke about the Avengers, blending in with Doctor Who, but that's kind of what Disney's been doing at the moment. Do you think that's what's going to happen? Not literally with Marvel. But
They've held off on a crossover between Star Wars and the Avengers. Even though when I went to go and see The Force Awakens, my brain was like, they're going to find an Infinity Stone at the end. Like, I would have bet my life that would have been the ending of The Force Awakens.
Just the classic old joke of Samuel L. Jackson turning up.
I don't
with
think,
Yoda and as a ghost.
I don't think there'll be a crossover, but I think there will be more build-up to events.
Oh, so dare I say, a Doctor Who cinematic universe?
I don't think there'll be a cinematic universe, but I think what you'll find is, so Russell T Davies basically already did a version of the Infinity War in Doctor Who. In David Tennant's last really big episode where Davros was there, the Daleks were like, we're going to erase reality, and then he brought in the Sarah Jane adventures, even though they were there, and Torchwood, and obviously the Doctor.
Russell T Davies being one of the showrunners for the more popular eras of Doctor Who. So I guess there is precedent then for multiple series. How did that go? We had Sarah Jane Adventures and Torchwood.
How did that episode go?
How did that concept go back during that little David Tennant peak when we had multiple shows running at once? Because we could very well have that again.
Yeah, I think we will.
Similar things will happen.
Really think we will. I think we're going to see multiple spin-offs again. How did it go before? I liked the Sarah Jane Adventures, even though it was a children's show. Torchwood, I thought, was mostly just garbage. Chris Chibnall wrote it.
We will no further comment on that. We'll just continue.
His brief was, it's basically Doctor Who for adults, and he thought sex and swearing rather than adult concepts. Like when Russell T Davies was like, "You're ruining it," and wrote the 3rd season of Torchwood, which was Children of the Earth. The adult concept was children are being stolen by aliens for use as drugs, which was fantastic and really dark and was genuinely really, really, really good.
And that's what I'd like to see out of Doctor Who. I'd like to see, of an adult Doctor Who, I should say. I want to see these more philosophical, darker concepts explored. I don't want to say Black Mirror Doctor Who, but if Charlie Brooker was showrunner, that's what it would be.
That kind of... It's dark concepts, not just swearing and sex and tits. Do you know what I mean? Which, is fine, but, like, what horrible future we were blundering into, but Doctor Who. I wouldn't necessarily like to see, like, an adult Doctor Who, because Doctor Who's, it's, family audience, family friendly. I think it should always be that. Scares should be, scares that scare at tea time, not, I don't want to see Doctor Who meets Saw. But, it's Disney. Oh, I'm saying
We'll get more.
Alien and Predator are on fucking Disney, aren't they? So
yeah.
But I'm confident that the future of Doctor Who is very bright.
You say that, but we're talking about this from purely a concept of budget. Are you not concerned that Mousy putting the big Mousy big bucks is going to want them to maybe do a little bit of backseat show running? Are you worried about the loss of creative control?
So this is one of my concerns, is that Russell T Davies is very... He criticised Loki for putting in the scene where Loki says, "Oh, and men," because he said, no, it shouldn't be applauded because it was a 2-second thing that could easily be edited out for the Chinese market. And Russell T Davies puts a lot of pro... LGBTQ plus, he's a very what do you call it? A very progressive. Thank you. He's a very, very progressive writer, being a homosexual man himself. He's also a very smart and intelligent writer. My worry is, are Disney going to neuter that aspect, which is very close to his core beliefs, and is there going to be some sort of CM Punk-esque fallout in a year's time between Disney and Russell T Davies, in which he just walks out and they replace him with someone more obedient?
Oh, we see those news stories of Russell T Davies having stopped being showrunner due to creative differences. That's generally how these things go.
Yeah.
And I'm actually...
It was amicable.
Maybe I'm more concerned than you, but I think that's just very likely. And not even necessarily that Disney might do a bad job, but when they really start to get those cow milkers out, you can get your good properties and you can get your bad properties. Yeah. We've seen that with Marvel. There's stuff that's absolute solid gold, and there's stuff that's kind of fallen flat, critically speaking. I feel like we're going to get that. But I mean, let's remain optimistic.
Oh, I'm really optimistic.
Why don't you pitch me some of your thoughts on what you think Disney will do? Not what you'd like them to do, but what you think Disney will do.
So I think, first of all, we're going to get the specials with Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor and David Tennant as the new Doctor as well, and a series of... I think there'll be a year or two where it's just not bog standard Doctor Who, because we're going to get a 60th special and, all the stuff that we've got... Or the things that we know about. The Tennant specials and Ncuti Gatwa as Doctor Who, right? I think we're going to get that until 2025. I think by 2025 they're going to be like, hey, we're doing this spin-off.
Yeah, I mean...
And they're going to road test it.
Yeah, they've got to start writing these things, and it's not like it comes out next week. It's going to take planning.
Yeah, and I think that they're already working on it in secret behind closed doors. I think they're going to... I'm going to bet... I'm going to make a little wager. Right? That the first spin-off, they're going to do a spin-off that everybody fucking wants. And I think they're going to do a spin-off series where Paul McGann is the Doctor. And
that
it's
would
just
be nice.
This little sidebar. And I think they're going to run it like Virgin and BBC Books ran the old Doctor Who books, where they're going to have... They used to do one month, it's the current Doctor, which was either the 7th Doctor or the 8th Doctor.
Sure.
And then the next month's book, I think BBC released 2 books in 1 month actually, but then the other book will be a random past Doctor. So it'd be 1 month would be the current Doctor book, and then it'd be like a new story with the first Doctor or the second Doctor or.
So I'd love to see more Paul McGann on screen. We've had a lot of him in the books, and I wouldn't put it. Now that we've got the budget behind this, it doesn't necessarily even have to be Paul McGann being the 16th Doctor of it. It can very much be set in that little time period
That's
in between there, and that's interesting to me. I like that, but it occurs to me something much darker, much more Black Mirror. They could very well do.
I know what you're going to say.
You know where I'm headed with this, and just to bring up something related to set the tone, Bruce Willis, due to disability at the moment, is not really able to appear in any films. So Bruce Willis has sold the rights to his likeness to some company or other, so that they can appear in things as a deep-faked AI person.
But that was Bruce Willis's choice to do that.
Yes. Do you not worry that now that there's, precedent in Hollywood for this kind of thing, that we may very well get, let's reboot an old Doctor, let's bring back the second or first Doctor, and you know what? Let's make the whole thing a deepfake. No recasting. Maybe they'll cast someone who looks similar to William Hartnell and then just have his face be kind of photoshopped over the top of it.
I would rather they do the long-standing traditional thing that they do and just cast a different actor. Like, if John Pertwee, who played the third Doctor, his son Sean Pertwee, who you might recognise from Gotham, I think that's how it's pronounced, he played Alfred Pennywise. And then someone's done taken a screenshot of that.
Pennyworth, Dan. Pennywise is the clown.
Pennywise is the clown. I always get Batman and Batman's butler and the evil clown mixed up. Sorry, everyone. No, Alfred Pennyworth. Someone's taken a screenshot of that and just changed the hair. It looks exactly like John Pertwee. Do I think Disney will be like, no, we'll just deep fake it?
Of course they will. I'm certain that's what they'll do.
I'm concerned that that's exactly what's going to happen. Which is, it's a bit of a nightmare, but
okay. So there was something I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Now your turn again. Something else you think might happen? Do you think we'll get a film, perhaps?
Oh yeah, for sure. The odds of a Doctor Who actual full blown theatrical film have gone up astronomically. I think Disney are going to road test it. I think they're going to road test and see what people think. But I think someone in Disney has seen the potential of Doctor Who and gone, why don't we own this?
Yeah, we've got all this spare money lying around for properties we don't use. Let's throw some more of that spare money. So there was, the Director General of the BBC sat at a nice fancy restaurant, and there he is. He puts his little napkin on. And he's just about to tuck into his lasagna.
When
Mickey Mouse slowly pushes over the heaviest bag of money you've ever seen in your life.
Giggling to himself.
And with a little stern nod, the BBC man gets that bag of money over his shoulder and starts tucking into his lasagna. And it's a good lasagna. They really went to the best restaurant. They had a real cook chef that for you.
Another thing that will happen... that I think will happen is that we will get an American Doctor Who at some point. Maybe not directly after Ncuti Gatwa, but I think Disney will be like, we want someone as the Doctor.
You've had a Scottish person.
We've had 3 Scottish Doctors.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's
not diversity at all.
Peter Capaldi and Ncuti Gatwa is also Scottish.
Excellent. So you think, he can regenerate into anyone? Why not regenerate into... I'm struggling to think of an American...
A suitable American actor.
Suitable American actor right now. Name a suitable American actor.
I know some piece of garbage out there will be going, Johnny Depp. No.
It is Disney.
I'm going to have a heart attack.
All your worst nightmares could come true.
It could be good. A suitable American actor. Do you know what? Ryan Reynolds.
It'd just be playing Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. I'm there for that. I mean, it'll be awful, but it'll be that kind of wonderful awful.
Maybe they'll do the long prophesized thing that we talk about a lot, and that is
Doctor Who.
A sort of what if experimental concept where a season where each, and you can use the shudders Morbius doctors to do this rather than it just being random, but have a short season of experimental concepts with experimental doctors, and hey, we pick a favourite and bring him in.
Say it.
Yeah, I'll say it. It's our one opportunity to trial out Richard Ayoade as a doctor for just one episode. Please, God, make a comedy episode.
That guy who made the Matt Berry as Doctor Who trailer.
Yes.
I want that to be, even if it's just
that
one of these
too.
episodes. I just want it to be not even Matt Berry, just Matt Berry as Toast.
No, even
as
better.
Doctor
I've
Who.
got you better. I've got your idea right on the table there, and it matches with mine too.
Fuck
That
this
one
shit,
episode
sky.
is one of those quote-unquote anniversary episodes where there's a Richard Ayoade doctor, a Matt Berry doctor, and fuck it, a Noel Fielding doctor.
You're genuinely who I'd love to see as Doctor Who. Julian Barrett, who plays Howard Moon.
There can just be too many doctors in that one episode, and that episode can be called Doctor Who: Too Many Doctors.
Too many docs. Too many docs.
Too many docs.
There's just a master behind him in every scene who eventually starts killing him.
No, it's not violent. It's family friendly.
No, not this one.
Not this one at all.
Machete-based murder.
There are many ideas. It's my turn.
Oh,
Dan.
all right, okay.
Shut up. It's my turn. One thing I can almost certainly see them do, because they've done it with every big franchise they've had so far, we're going to get some kind of animated show. I don't know if it's for kids. I don't know if they're going to try and do a Star Trek, Lower Decks, where they make it an explicitly comedy, trying to be
on
a
Gallifrey. Straight up, a animated cartoon about Time Lords being bored on Gallifrey and just fucking about.
That seems fun. I'm just properly abuse of TARDIS, just messing about with people. But maybe
There's
I
one
want.
Time Lord who keeps sneaking out to get laid with famous historical figures.
Oh no! What I want, what I need, what we need is a animated in the style of Scooby-Doo / Venture Brothers, and it needs to be the Doctor Who solving mysteries, just like the Scooby-Doo Adventure Crew.
There's a short...
With actually Scooby-Doo. Why not?
Wait, there's a really good short story about a private detective on Gallifrey, and he'll solve fucking missing persons shit on Gallifrey.
Is this one of your ideas? Is this a book you've written you're trying to pitch right
now? No. This is an actual written thing by somebody else, by an actually talented writer. And it's really good. And I just think that's got great spin-off potential. But I also like the idea, leaning into your Scooby-Doo idea, the Doctor has... sorry. The Doctor has a... sorry. The Doctor has a robot dog called K9.
That's a terrible idea. That'll never take off.
No. I mean, no. The Doctor has. This is in the show.
It's an interesting pitch. Sure, he's got a robot dog instead of Scooby. Go ahead.
And yeah, well, that's it. It's just a Time Lord PI, trench coat, and everything instead of robes.
And you
he's
think
got K9.
K9 has all the sensors and stuff. Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep.
and they use the same prop in the 70s just to annoy the people working on the show, and it still breaks
Doctor,
down.
my forensic senses are malfunctioning, but I'm pretty sure that's semen.
Doctor, I require a Scooby snack.
Who would play your Doctor? Or voice actor your Doctor, should I say?
Oh, yeah,
And
sure,
don't say
yeah,
Troy
no.
Baker. Because he voices everything ever, all of it.
Donald Glover, why not?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
We'll have a Donald Glover Doctor Who doing detective adventures with K9. And in the classic formula, it's always that one other guy or the other guy. There's always two new people introduced in every Scooby-Doo, and it's one or the other.
Every time it's the Master.
Every single time.
They pull the mask off and it's the Master every time.
They build it up to be this poor janitor. Everyone's like, it's the goddamn janitor.
Goddamn janitor.
And they've got the janitor and they've got the monster. And they're certain that when they unmask the monster, it'll be the janitor. But it's not.
It's the Master.
It's the Master.
I like how every time the Master's killed, right? The Master's killed, he falls into a volcano, or he just dies, or he gets blown up, or whatever. And then when he inevitably comes back, they're like, "How did you get away from that thing?" And his answer is always, "I escaped."
I escaped.
I escaped.
And then
no further explanation.
Jeremy Clarkson meme looks at the camera. Anyway.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh yes, looking forward to seeing that. in my turn now, is it? Or are you still?
I mean, if you want to keep doing pitchings, but I'm more thinking, what
Something that will definitely happen. All the Doctor Who back catalogue will be on Disney Plus.
that's nice.
Yeah. I don't know how long that'll take.
That's
because
great for access to the Americans too, which have less access than us.
And that's
Because they can't legally pay for a TV license, so there's no way for them to watch BBC iPlayer unless they use our sponsor, NordVPN. I'm kidding.
We're not good enough to have sponsors yet, but if we talk about Raid Shadows Legends for long enough, they'll have to pay us, surely.
Maybe. Will there be a have a Doctor Who phone games? Dan, pitch me a Doctor Who idea while I look to see what Doctor Who Android games are available.
I think I think another thing that'll definitely happen is a AAA Doctor Who video game or 2 or 3.
Of what kind?
I think it'll be some sort of puzzle adventure game. I'd like it to be an RPG, ideally. I think they should do for a Doctor Who video game is get a copy of Fallout New Vegas, right? The RPG action adventure game. Get it for the personal home computer. What do you call them?
One of them, yeah.
One of them, the personal computer, and then go on the mod page, which is called. Help me out, Eve.
Nexus.
Go on the Nexus. Look for Fallout Who Vegas. Play that and just think, why don't we just take all the Fallout elements out, make it a little bit even more Doctor Who, and then just do that. Because genuinely, I've not played it, but I've watched like a full playthrough.
I've seen you watching playthroughs of Who Vegas.
And genuinely, it's the best Doctor Who game on the market. And it's fucking free. It's free.
But you shoot guns with it.
Yeah, no. There's
guns are bad. The Doctor disapproves of...
Well, you don't play as the Doctor, you play as the courier, but you find a pocket watch and it's like, oh, actually, I'm a Time Lord. And there's even regeneration mechanics. Maybe
one time we could just do a whole day, a 24-hour podcast talking about Doctor Who games.
I could definitely do that. I've got so many ideas.
Disney won't give us that. We will have Doctor Who Shadow Legends.
Shadow Legends, oh my god.
Or it'll be called something like
fucking
Doctor Who The TARDIS Wars, because it needs those buzzwords in there, and it will be a tower defense game. And a card-based tower defense game, where not only do you have a Billy Piper common card, but a Billy Piper rare card with 20% more stats, and a Billy Piper legendary card, and that one's shiny. And has extra powers, and when you use it, the baddie Daleks go the other direction. They run away because they're scared of Billy Piper.
Another idea for a Doctor, another concept I'm pitching to y'all.
No, it's not. These aren't your pitches. These are Disney's pitches.
I'm not Disney, Eve. How many times have I told you?
Can you keep it on point, Dan? This isn't the topic.
All right. Okay.
I will ban you from this podcast.
You can't do that. It's the Dan and Eve show.
It will be me, the Dan and Eve show, starring just Eve and guest.
Are you just going to talk about Doctor Who and be like, I need Dan for this?
No. I want to talk about how you mentioned earlier Doctor Who could bring a film to it, and that's more likely.
Yeah.
Disney doesn't release films; they release franchises, and they wouldn't greenlit a film. They would greenlit a or multiple trilogies, and they would start working on them right away.
I'm sure someone somewhere is doing that. I'm sure Russell T Davies is going to get together a core group of writers and he's going to be like, I need you on fucking the 8th Doctor spin-off.
He's going to be the Kevin Feige.
Yeah, no. I genuinely think that's Russell T Davies' job now. And I think in a few years we're going to look back and you know, I think...
And laugh at how in all those years ago, how we've since doubled our viewer count. It's okay, Dan.
I'm happy with the views. I'm really chuffed. Last week, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone watching our podcast, because last week I was excitedly watching the numbers go all the way up to 100 in one night. I was really pleased with it. I was genuinely like 100 views. And my girlfriend's like, yeah, cool, but like, can we go to sleep now?
I was sat there cackling, like, I'm going to show you the YouTube analytics and you're going to be crushed. But no, at the time we checked, 19 hours worth of view time and only 18 of it was Dan.
I realise we're half an hour into our podcast, but can I give a big shout out to my Auntie Ricky because she's got married the other day.
Hi, Auntie Ricky.
Love you.
So anyway,
It's gonna be
Auntie
awkward if you
Ricky's
don't
going to
watch.
be in Doctor Who.
Auntie Ricky is going to be in Doctor Who. She's going to be playing El Maestro. Anyway, back on to Doctor Who.
Okay.
I think there will be at least one Doctor Who film now, but I have concerns that it's gonna spin off into a franchise and overtake the TV series. The only way they can do that is be like, we're just going to create a film Doctor and have it its own separate continuity. And I don't want that.
Yeah, that's a bit different. But they wouldn't do that, would they? It'd be its own separate continuity that would then MCU into itself. Oh, I'm a Doctor, but wait, which Doctor are you? Oh, I'm not a future or a past Doctor. I'm a different universe Doctor.
I hope they do multiverse.
Maybe
stuff.
that could be interesting.
That'd be
What's
super
different in your universe? Earth didn't get invaded by Daleks 40 times.
I'm the Doctor that put those two wires together and killed the Daleks.
Oof.
That'd be an interesting little what if.
Yeah,
to
and in that
spin into.
universe, Doctor Who was cancelled because they lost all merchandising opportunities off the back of the Daleks actually getting murdered by the Doctor.
Got murked in it. But yeah, I'm really.
You're
a lot
cautiously optimistic,
I
aren't
won't-
you, Dan?
There's no caution whatsoever. I'm just
I'm
like,
cautious.
There's a few little things in the back of my brain going, oh, what if this it's Disney? They want everything to be Disney, and Doctor Who, well, it's not Disney. But then my brain goes, but Doctor Who's gonna have so much fucking money now.
I'd be willing to bet off the back of all that money. Please be careful not to kick the table.
I like kicking the table.
No kick. Merchandising here. Okay, so BHS is not going to have the income now to be selling the only merchandise for Doctor Who. Those scalpers
Oh,
are already rubbing their hands together
B&M.
about how whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be more Doctor Who merchandise because Disney
Yeah.
is going to want to capitalise with a capital
Yeah.
C and an I on all of that Doctor Who merch, and we're gonna have T-shirts, we're gonna have copyright takedowns. It's gonna be wonderful, and it's gonna be expensive.
Wouldn't it be great if we got a bit of that Disney money and reinvested it in our community?
Yes, Disney, send us money.
Yes. Give
This
us
is-
money for signal boosting you with our... We gave you everything. We gave you everything, Disney. How long before the memes of this Doctor Who companion is a Disney princess now?
And how long before you expect to see these ideas to come true? Genuinely interested about this one here, but please comment on the video with where you think it's going with Disney, because we've not had as much content here because it's all a little bit skeptical. It's all a bit
all
hypothetical.
Last week was a mind breaking,
Yes,
soul destroying.
yes, and people who just enjoy films with their brains turned off, running at approximately 10%, really liked that
I
episode.
was really surprised.
So we were very surprised.
Super positive. They were like, "Oh, Chris Chibnall writes a brilliant episode, then leaves." I'm like,
Yeah. So
what?
last week's episode, Power of the Doctor, we immediately went and recorded our immediate thoughts on it, and it was a cluster truck. The podcast ran longer than the show did, and yet it felt an hour and 40 minutes shorter. Because off the back of that episode, we did not have good opinions of the show, despite some very beautiful and touching moments.
Yeah.
We went on to our various social medias, Reddit, etc., to find out that a surprising amount of people really liked that episode. And while I'm one to be very pro-opinion, have your own thoughts on things, it's art, it's media, isn't it?
Subjective.
It's how you want to feel. You're all wrong.
You're all
vegetable-brained idiots. Right, that was an absolute mess of an episode, and I stand by it.
It was a fucking dumpster. Oh god. It literally, it was like watching somebody. It was like watching Doctor Who through the eyes of somebody that was having an epileptic fit.
Oh dear. And I have family with epilepsy. That's no good. We don't like that. We don't want that. We want to calm down and have some good old-fashioned Doctor Who.
Or have story with a good through line. I don't know.
And we're going to be talking about Doctor Who in a more calm and reserved sense when the news cycle slows the heck down. Because we went from that episode, that big headliner, and now Disney's in the picture.
Disney.
I'm sure now we've got a solid year, and it is a year till the next episode airs, where we can start talking about.
So here's my
various things.
How I think it's going to go. So we're going to have a year of just a trickle news, but about the next episode. Oh, the Daleks are going to be in it. Oh, the fucking Master's back. He survived again.
Yeah, we'll get little kind of set shots of it and things like that. Yeah. There's already been a few. You can find pictures online of David Tennant and Catherine Tate walking around by the shops.
With Bernard Cribbins in his last appearance on television on anything before he died as well, which is sad. But also there'll be, I think we won't get any like big major announcements on news till around the 60th anniversary. Then they're going to start. I reckon around this time next year they're going to be like, oh, there's going to be a fucking Paul McGann series, but it's only going to be on Netflix and BBC One in the.
Oh, it would be Netflix, all Disney Plus.
Disney Plus on and BBC One in the fucking fall or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It's again, all we can really do is speculate at this point, but I'm sure we'll get more information, more juicy nuggets to talk about, and to help us talk about juicy nuggets, please do comment.
And if you've got any questions about Doctor Who or any burning questions you want answering or
you need recipes
or pictures of our feet. Please do feel free to ask us.
Subscribe to our Only Dan's account.
Yes. And also don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment,
and brush your teeth every morning and night.
Say your prayers, take your vitamins,
and
hug your mums,
and do drugs.